Jump back over there. All right. I think we are live. There we go. Okay. And record. I'm not sure. 1 second. I got too many things happening at the same time, everybody. Sorry. Give me 1 second here.
Doing a great job, Vandy. That's called, you're the one carrying the banner. So you have some extra leeway. And I see you managing the room and admitting people, and it's an art form. So we're all good. Ain't nobody gonna miss out on anything tonight.
Okay. Well, let's join. I know usually when somebody else is hosting, I can run the background, but sometimes we are live. So we're just going to go with that. And let me get started here. So you guys, tonight I am super excited to introduce and Seth Mulder was one of the first mentors and friends that we made in this business. And it was super, super awesome. You guys, welcome to the call. Drop in the chat where you're calling in from. This is a call with 4 elite leaders who have worked together to put this call together. And so we have Pro 8, Kai Hayes from Austin, Texas. We have Elite Pro 7, Debbie Krall from Florida, and Dr. Jean DeLucia from Florida, and myself. And we've just kind of banded together so that we could have put this call together and have everybody, pull from leaders from around the company. And I just love that, because to me, it's such an incredible part of LifeVantage, of why it's so important to work together. And one of the unique things about LifeVantage is because of that global sharing pool and the culture of LifeVantage, we have team members that cross-line support each other. And it's just, to me, it's one of the coolest parts about this company. And so tonight, my guest is Master Pro 10, Seth Mulder. He is a father, a grandfather, a family man, and he's just going to share with us some of his story and his journey in LifeVantage and some tips. You guys get ready to take notes and be impressed, because Seth is one of those leaders that whenever he shares, I always know I'm going to get nuggets, and I always know that there's things that I can change and tweak to implement so I can do better at my business. So Seth, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, let's go. Sound check, testing 1, 2, 3. How's my sound, Vandy?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Hey, I'm so happy to be with you tonight. Shelly, you're on my screen. Hello. Yeah. Right. Karina, Dale, I see you. Laurie, you turned off your camera. I know you were there. Ben Fisher, you also turned off your camera. Greg, good to have you on. Greg, can you give me a thumbs up? I'm just doing some interact. Okay, this is okay. And Ben, Brandon, check it out. Yo, awesome. Ben turned his camera back on. Listen, I'll tell you a funny story. If you are going to the bathroom, please turn your camera off. Okay. So, I'll tell you a funny story, not a camera story. This is more about a microphone story, but a year or two ago, we were doing a Master Pro 10 Zoom, and I hadn't spoken the whole meeting, and that's okay. You're driving, you're all good. But I hadn't spoken the entire session, right? Just Master Pro 10s and corporate. We regularly do these meetings to plan, to negotiate, to just to make the opportunity better, to catch a greater vision, to talk to each other. And at the end of this meeting, we've been on for about an hour. I needed to relieve myself. Out here in the country, we say I needed to talk to a man about a horse. And so I went into my bathroom and my camera was off. And I mean, how do you put this? You know, I mean, I'm from the country. I'd like to just speak straight, but for all of you New Yorkers, I started to tinkle. And what I realized was, is as we were all on mic, and my mic was on. And so somebody said, is somebody going to the bathroom right now? Because it was loud and proud. And I'll just tell you, not everybody knew who it was. Okay. But Justin Rose knew who it was. And it was kind of like this, you know, anyway, you can just imagine. And so I owned up to it. I owned up to it, said, hey guys, I haven't said anything, but I'm giving you my 2 cents. I'm giving my 2 cents. That was my one comment for the entire meeting. Anyway, I'm not going to be tinkling tonight. Why did I share that story with you? I have no idea, but I just felt, it was just stream of conscious. Hi, Hilda. How are you? Good to be on. And some of you are like, well, wow, we're going to have a little action. Rona, I see you. Carol, good to have you here. Can't shout out everybody because you got a packed house today. But I love to talk to the one, right? Because I'm the one. I'm the one guy who wasn't going to get involved in this industry. I'm the one person who was scared, and I still approach fear. Although I am becoming less controlled by fear, the more I learn about how amazing and wonderful I am, the more I find my voice. Any of you who were at Elite Academy, will you drop something and drop an EA in the chat box if you were if you were at Elite Academy? Wendy was. I talked about finding your voice. That was a very, very, okay, I see a bunch. Jane, Vandy, Florence. I missed some of you. Emmy, D, Millet. Is it Millet or Millet? I'm going to say Millet, but it might be Millet.
Yeah, that's right, Millet.
All right, Millet. Shelly, a lot of you are there. That was a really personal story for me. I truly believe that LifeVantage is the greatest. This is the greatest show, right? It is truly an incredible opportunity. I spoke with a gentleman that I have known 15 years in the industry. We met at an event, a function. He's never been in my company. I've never been in his company. But we met at an event and kind of reconnected recently through Clubhouse, and an amazing social platform, by the way. My fave, okay? I never talked like that. I don't know. It must have been the 3 pieces of lasagna I had tonight. That's doing something. I'm a little giddy. I made the lasagna, by the way. But Clubhouse has become my bestie. All right. It is my bestie when it comes to social media platforms. I have 3 brand new customers, all at Vitality Stack or Tri-Synergizer in the last 30 days, just from relationships, okay, that I built there. But I connected with this guy. I'll just say his name's Tom, 7-figure earner in the industry, been around, been in several different companies. And he said, Seth, what are you doing? Catch me up. Where are you? Where are you building? And I said, I'm building a LifeVantage, brother. And he said, oh my goodness, LifeVantage, lucky you. Lucky you. You found a legacy company, okay? A legacy company. What I mean by that is a company that has staying power because of the way they have designed the package, the show, the cast, the storyline, and the transformation. It's the full package. And that's truly how I felt when I saw LifeVantage. When I saw LifeVantage, I'll give you really quick my story. So I spent 10 years in corporate America, and I'm the most unlikely to be an entrepreneur, and most unlikely to be an entrepreneur because I have had the opportunity to struggle with self-esteem and kind of like that, who am I kind of a thing. I know who I am. I'm a son of God, and I know I can do amazing things, but I have had to struggle with a lot of fear in my life. And being an entrepreneur, you face fear every day, right? Can you agree that you face fears every day? You face challenges, you face adversity, and you are alone, right? Now, we got an amazing, amazing team. And I'm so glad that you're here tonight. And I just want to give props where props are due. If you're here, thanks for being here. You are investing in you, and you're investing in the team. And by the way, you being here, Rona, you're on the top right of my screen right now. You being here is what you need, but you being here and showing up and also contributing may be one of the tipping points, maybe a benefit, may be part of what somebody else needs tonight. So you're here for you, but I also want to cast a bigger picture. You need to be here for you, by the way. You need to be totally self-interested in crushing your dream, crushing your goals and achieving your dreams. But you're also here for other people. All right. You're here for other people, and you will do things and help people in ways that you don't know. But I was most unlikely to be an entrepreneur. I was very comfortable in the corporate, in the world of corporate America, climbing the corporate ladder. I wanted to be at that vice president's office suite. One of the VPs was a good friend of mine. And it was a family-run business. They went from zero to $2.3 billion. And I was with them from basically infancy, or just after infancy, to about $1.2 billion. So it was a great place to be an employee, and especially if you're scared of running your own business. But after working 8 years there, what I experienced, and then frankly, I left that to start my own companies in the wedding dress industry. Yes, the wedding dress industry, Carol. And by the way, I kind of fit into a size 10, 12. Okay, kind of 10, 12. For those of you who were just dying to know, you got to know your product. You got to know your product. And you can kind of imagine what that means. How in the world do I know that I fit into a 10, 12? But Vandy, thanks for putting this on tonight. Kai Hayes, Debbie Kroll, Dr. Gene DeLucia. Thank you. Thank you for putting this on. And thank you, everybody, for showing up. So what I realized after 10 years in corporate America and 2 years of running my own successful business was this. Number one, I wasn't in corporate America. I was not connected to my kids in my career. No connection. Now, if that's important to you, like it's important to me, it was really big time important. When I was contacting my kids via AOL Instant Messenger, this is the late 90s, okay, and talking to them while I'm on road trips because I'm a road warrior for the company, it started to eat at me. My children were not a part of my career, other than once a year coming to the employee family day, right? And I was gone from them much of the day, right? I wanted to change that. Number two, financially speaking, working in corporate America, following a Dave Ramsey kind of a plan. Any of you follow Dave? Save your $1,000, right, for a little tiny rainy day fund. That's a great goal to have, by the way. If you haven't done that, you should have a little cash in the mattress. That's another discussion we can talk about. Utilizing your income. This is just kind of a little. I'm giving you an aside. In Shakespeare, we call this maybe a little monologue or a soliloquy. I'm just going to have a little talk with myself here. Okay. You should have an investment plan. You should create an investment plan today for the income and the monies that you earn in LifeVantage. Don't wait to hit Pro 3. Don't wait to hit Pro 5 or Pro 7 or, to reach all your other goals. You create a plan now. If you want to give more, start giving more now. Create a little money in your budget right now to start giving more. If that's something you want to do more of later when you've made it. Don't wait till you've made it, because you might have lost yourself. Okay. Be yourself the entire way. Invest a percentage of your money, a percentage of your income back into your business. That's another story I could tell. Probably don't have time tonight, but I took my first 3 checks, and put them into my business to travel, to go to Vegas to do meetings, and to go to Texas, to go to Dallas to do meetings. And I continued to invest in my business, and I'm continuing to invest in your business. You got to reinvest in your business, but you also have to have an investment portfolio. You need to think like an investor. All right. Well, you have to break away from employee mindset. This is what helped me to break away from being an employee and being only self-employed. If you've not read The Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, that book changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. More so than his first book, which was my introduction to him, and that was Rich Dad Poor Dad. Cash Flow Quadrant changed my thinking. But you should have a plan of how much you're going to invest, right? Take a part of your commissions that you earn, a part of your residual income. I love to call them royalties. All right. And start investing them outside. Okay. So reinvest, right? Whether you tithe in your church or you're giving to charities, do that. Pay yourself first. Reinvest in your business so that you can grow, and absolutely pay yourself first. Investment for the future. Don't wait to start investing until you're making more money, because you'll always be wanting to make more money. Okay. Anyway, that was just my little soliloquy. Back to the story. Financially speaking, we'd put $1,000 away or $700 away, and something would break, right? Can any of you type the word crisis, right? Take the word crisis, or break. If something breaks, then you find your little cash, your little mattress money, your little Dave Ramsey cushion money disappear, right? I was just on the phone with a family member who's going through some issues. People owe him money, $5,000+ as a young student. And, that cash is gone. The money that he had 7 months ago when he was going to buy a brand new truck is gone. And I was living that as a young father in my 20s with 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. Stephanie and I are raising 10, okay, total, 4 still in the house. And I just wasn't satisfied where I was financially. What used to be, hey, I can just deal with this, right, and raise a family. Listen, it's super difficult to raise a family on a single income these days, isn't it? It's very, very difficult. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm specializing in leading and empowering and teaming up with women around the world, because they bear much of the brunt. So around the world, and those numbers, the demographics, are only going to become even stronger. 40, 50, 60% of the women are the breadwinners, not just breadwinners, but the breadwinners, the main breadwinners, with so much on their plate. And all of that rang to me and spoke to me and said, I need to do something. I need a different financial answer. And maybe lastly, and perhaps most importantly, looking at the man in the mirror. I didn't really have a belief in Seth Mulder, to stick my neck out and go for it. I was really comfortable doing something for somebody else. And the greatest discovery you will ever make in this world is to discover who you are, is to tap into your potential, because your identity reveals your destiny. And that wasn't going to happen for me in corporate America, or even running my own companies. So when Mark Shinsato called me and said, why don't you look at network marketing? I had many reasons not to look at network marketing. And that was my first inclination. And by the way, I did tell him no, but I was actually hungry. I was hungry for change. I wanted my family to be a part of my life. I wanted better finances, and I wanted to find Seth Mulder. And I didn't even know all that stuff, right? I'm giving you some deep dive stuff today, but I was willing. I didn't have the skill set, and I wasn't super confident in myself. And the first week, the first 4 no's almost put me out of business. I almost took the shingle off the door. I can remember that day. My friend Steve told me no. My friend Ryan told me no. My friend Mitt told me no. My friend Mitsuo was actually Mitsuo. My friend Dan told me no. And so I called somebody I knew would say yes. I called my mother, Carla, and my mom told me no. 5 for 5. And I'm going to tell you, it was hard. It was really hard. I thought I had something great. I had this little network marketing vitamin gig. I really felt good about it. I wanted a change. I wanted something better. All these things I just told you, but it started with no, 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 and no. And that hurt. And that rocked me. So I called my mentor, a woman who had been a single mom with 4 kids, Diane. Love you, Diane. and said, man, this is hard. And she sympathized with me. Great mentors. Okay, another little aside here. Great mentors listen. Great mentors are available. She was available for me. This is day one, folks. This is week one. Now, don't expect your mentor to be at your beck and call, right? My mentors aren't always like, it's really hard for me to get a hold of Tyler Daniels anymore. Let's just face it. And it's been that way for years. That's part of Tyler's strategy. But if I wouldn't have had Diane at that point, it would have been up to me to make a gut decision, just gut it out and go get it, or to quit. So I'm truly grateful. Number one, she was available when she needed to be. Number two, she listened. Number three, she stopped listening and she started teaching. Okay. Great mentors. You do not have to be the psychologist, but you do need to know some psychology. Okay. You're going to be the lead. As the leader, it is lonely at the top. Leadership is lonely. Leadership is lonely. But she listened enough to sympathize and to validate me. And then she was wise enough to stop and to educate me. Okay. There was some inspiration and then some education. Some people, and I work with some leaders all the time, right? Especially women, you're so great at listening, but it can be so draining. Don't let that happen. You have to guard your emotions and your time, and you can feel free to stop people. And she didn't let me go on. It wasn't a 20-minute phone call, folks. This was more like a 7-minute phone call, as I remember. It probably didn't max out at even 10 minutes. So she listened. She then educated. And then, booyah, she said, Seth, I want to give you a challenge. Will you accept a challenge? I didn't know what the challenge was. This is golden, by the way. And I said, yeah, I'll accept that challenge. She said, I want you to call one more person. Boom. That was the end of the conversation. I had already accepted the dadgum challenge too, right? I should have said, well, what's the challenge, right? But she was smart. She challenged me. She listened. She validated. She taught me, equipped me, right, with some things to change. And then she challenged me while the inspiration was hot. When the iron is hot, you got to strike. Okay. And I accepted the challenge. I called one more person. In fact, I called Dan back. And Dan was the guy who'd already told me no. But I took what she taught me and my new inspiration. Let's give it a shot. I'm scared to death. I'm getting my butt kicked. And I said this. And by the way, what I had done before is I just basically said, hey, I basically tried to sell him before. Company, timing, trends, system, compensation. That's what I kind of ran through on 10, 15, 20-minute phone calls to my nose, primarily speaking. I took a different approach this time and I simply said, what are you doing Tuesday night? And actually it was tonight. What are you doing tonight? Nothing. Awesome. 7:00, dude. I want you to be there. We're doing a presentation. I know you don't want to do this. Dan, this doesn't have to be important to you, but it is important to me. So all I'm going to ask you to do is to check it out. And come what may. And out of obligation and support, he showed up. Didn't want to be there, by the way. And that started all for me. I hung up that phone call, by the way, and I said, I'm in. I can do this. I didn't care if he joined. I'd love it if he did. He didn't need to follow me. I knew that if I could implement that system, I'm golden. I can make it happen because there's going to be, as Jim Rohn said, there's going to be a percentage, right? A number of pitches, a number of swings, boom, we're going to have a batting average. I can do that. And consequently, he did join, but I had already won. I'd already won when he said, yeah, I can do that. Okay. So that's a little about my story. Years later, I found LifeVantage, 2 companies later. So I've spent 10 years in corporate America inside a network marketing company as an employee. Then I've spent a number of years in several other companies. I had 7-figure businesses. And when I bumped into LifeVantage, At first look, I thought, oh, another pill, another nutritional. I'm telling you this because other people are thinking the same thing. I said no and walked away from LifeVantage day one before I had seen the ABC News video. I saw a pill, I saw 5 ingredients, I saw a name, I saw LifeVantage, and I just said, no, thank you, I'm out of here. It's me too. Everybody's selling an herb. Everybody's selling a pill. So be patient. Don't let the other person, don't let that person that you are bringing this message to determine and control your inspiration. They don't know what you know. They haven't seen what you've seen, and they haven't felt what you've felt. So they called me back and said, Seth, you didn't get the whole picture. Will you watch this video? And that's what changed for me. And when I saw LifeVantage for what it was, not just a silhouette, not just an outline, but I picked up the dust cover and I looked at the machine. Oh my goodness, huge. And I said, this is the greatest show. If I could write a network marketing story, this is what it would look like. The most amazing product in the world, arguably the most amazing, needful, affordable, researched, cutting edge wellness product in the world. And it's in your hands. Patented. I mean, everything. We're not going to go into all that tonight, but that's what I see. A compensation plan, which I, by the way, had my hand in developing its precursor and it as it currently stands. I love it. I love what it stands for. I love how it pays out. I love the philosophy behind it. I love what it incentivizes you to do. And I love how it's actually performing. It's a long-term plan. My friend Tom. Wow, Seth, you found a legacy company. Yes, I found a legacy company that hasn't even hit puberty. we have not come into our own. A $200 million, we're at $200 million with a multi-billion dollar, with an opportunity to change the human condition. I'm not going to put a number on it. I love numbers. We need to get specific. We need to set goals. I'm not going to say we need to be the next $1 billion company. Yeah, we need to get that to that benchmark too. We have the potential to change the human condition. Let's get on it. Okay, let's get on it. So that's a little about my story. I want to talk about daily, and Vandy, if you just want to send me a Facebook messenger when I'm kind of like, if you want to say, okay, 5 minutes, Don Quixote, give me a countdown, give me a 7 minute, give me a 5 minute countdown, because I'm the kind of guy that's going to give you more than you asked for and that you expected, and maybe sometimes maybe a little more than you can handle. And I have this beautiful gift that I can turn a 2-minute training into 62 minutes. So I want to give it all to you very concentrated today. Number one, can I just say I love you? I love you. And for those of you who think like, how can you do that? I love you because I love me. And I know that I'm amazing. And I know that we're related. Okay. And I know that we have some common beliefs. And if nobody else told you that they loved you today, including the most important person, you, then I'm going to be the first to volunteer. And I'm going to tell you I love you. And I'm going to invite you to fall in love with yourself. If you want to be successful in this industry, you need to share the story. You need to accept that you have a story. But the most important story you tell is the one that you tell to yourself every single day, because that story is really a manifestation of your core beliefs in yourself. And this is something that I have had to work on. It has been a struggle. Some of you are just effervescently so in love with yourselves. And that's something I struggled with, that I've struggled with. And I still have the opportunity to struggle with that. Sometimes I feel like I have come to Pro-10 carrying a ball and chain, not truly understanding who I am and the amazing gift I am. And I know one of you feels the same way. And when you start peeling the onion, don't expect it to be one step. It's not one giant step. There'll be revelations that you'll have and you'll feel like you've done it and you've arrived. And at every level, there's a new devil. But I want to tell you that you are enough, that you are amazing, that you are capable. You've always been that way. You're eternal. You're inspiring. You're a warrior. You're in the arena and you're doing it. You're doing it because you're here. You're doing it because you're talking to people. And it's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be rewarding. But I have struggled being okay with me. And the more I peel back on that onion and I get down to my core beliefs and I discharge some of those core beliefs that do not serve me, and I become free, it's amazing. And everything in my life changes. Everything improves, including my business. So whoever that's for today, that's a gift for you. Every day, you got to build your business every day. Now, every day to me is 6 days a week, baby. I rest on the 7th. Okay. You need to sharpen this out. For me, that's a religious thing. I don't care if it's not a religious thing for you, let's talk. But practically speaking, you got to sharpen the saw. You got to have downtime too, inspiration time, me time, rest time. You can't run your engine in the ground. And so I build my business every day, but I don't build it all day. I suggest you get a DMO, a daily method of operation. One thing that has been absolutely life-changing for me, and I'll tell you, because I'm so driven and I want to be successful. I want to, take it to the next level. I want to change my life. I have beat myself up for years in my business. Beat myself up on a daily basis because I'm not doing enough. Any of you beat yourself up, say, I'm just not doing enough. This opportunity is the greatest thing and I'm just going to miss it. And I'm not reaching out. And it's like, everything you do is never enough. Okay. A couple of things I've changed. Number one, I attack my business in most of the time, and I'm not perfect here either. And I have a great mindset coach that has helped me say, Seth, what I hear you always saying is you're always underperforming. I'm underperforming because I know I got great potential, but I didn't reach my goal, my perfection on the court today. I didn't reach my goal or my perfection, my exercise routine, or as a father, or as a husband, or as a business builder, or as somebody who wants to be building a business, right? I didn't reach it today. So I have this caveat. I said, well, I'm not reaching my potential, but and she's like, Seth, you're always saying this. Since when did you have to be perfect? Since when did it have to be perfect? Yeah, it didn't. So stop beating yourself up. I attack my business in the morning. Some of the most important activities. I'll tell you what's really important to me. You got to design your own DMO. But really important to me, and I'm talking like business. I'm not, talking like when first thing I get up, I get on my knees and I pray. That's my first thing. Okay. And then I work on doing some meditation. I visualize my day and I visualize the feelings that I'm going to have as I go into my power hours and my reach outs. I visualize the feelings I'm going to have as I go into a training like this. I visualize my feelings as I'm going to have breakfast with my family. Okay. Because I want to prepare my brain, my soul for what is to come. And I'm essentially creating prophecy that I'm going to self-fulfill. Right. And I don't want to just think about it. I want to visualize it and I want to feel it. But when it comes down to my business, like what do I need to do every single day? I need to talk to new people every single day. So every single day, I strive to have a DMO to invite new people. ITT, right? Invite, tool, team, invite new people. So I have a number in my head. I've not done it today. My wife's out of town. I did, carpooling and I did driver's ed for 2 hours and I took the girls to the park and I've done a lot of other stuff. So I'm still got to get that done today. But I invite new people every day. I have a number. You come up with your number. I follow up with people. So like invite, and then the tool and the team for me is follow up, right? So I follow up with people every single day. I connect with people every single day. What do I mean by connecting? I connect with people who aren't currently in the funnel. They're not part of ITT, right? So on Clubhouse. Somebody new follows me on Instagram or on Facebook or on Clubhouse. Somebody comments on a photo. It's somebody's birthday. That's all connecting to me. And I'm not saying, hey, Myri, hey, this is Seth. How you doing? Thanks for commenting. Do you want to buy Protandim? Right? I have no agenda with this. Great. If you want to be great, if you want to be like the person everybody loves, just reach out, make it a habit outside of your funnel work, outside of your ITT, as important as that is. Here's a little secret. If you want to make your ITT work better, right? Reaching out and inviting new people and following up with the people currently in your funnel, add this one thing to your DMO every day. Connect with people just because. Okay? Just because. And what's going to happen is if you do that consistently, those just because people in a day or a week or a month or year are going to be your ITT people. See what I'm saying? Because you're connecting with them all the time. Right now, I have a little strategy. I'm looking for, I call it, what do I call it? MI5. Sounds like a new Tom Cruise movie, right? MI5, Mission Impossible or something. MI5 is something I'm working right now. Master influencer. I'm looking to sponsor 5 master influencers. 5 people who are rocking it in our industry right now. 5 people who are crushing Pro 7, Pro 8, Pro 9, Pro 10, etc. in other companies or who have done in the past. People who are building other companies right now and loving it. People who crushed it in network marketing and are, people who are better than I am, hungrier than I am, smarter than I am, prettier than I am, more experienced than I am, and made more money than me. Some of you might call that a chicken list. I'm going to call that master influencer list. So I'm reaching out to those people, a couple every day, commenting on their posts, sending them a DM. I reached out to one today. He's the number one. I think he's the number one earner in his company. He's just breaking records. The last year has been breaking records of his 15 to 20 year career. He's not looking to join another company today, but I've got an appointment with him tomorrow just to chew the fat, just to connect because, okay, do that. And that'll bleed over. Someday we'll just say his name's Ted. He might be running with me. So be consistent on a daily basis. Consistency is going to trump almost every other strategy. Just be consistent. Capiche? Jane, thumbs up. If you're Jane, you're the representative. Capiche? Okay, everybody. Jane just answered for you. All right. Next, events. Okay, events. I built my business on events, and I don't care what the event. This is an event. You're here. We've got, how many people do we have on the line right now? 67 people showed up to this event. I've got an event tomorrow. I call it CEO Meetup. We're going to bring guests and we're going to have a 20-minute meetup. That's an event. And I just built my business event to event to event. Once an event closed out, then I put my sights on the next event that really mattered in my business. And I invited people to show up to that event. You can just create that mindset that events, online events, face-to-face, whatever it is, that you're just going to go from one event to another. The worst thing you can have in this industry, strategy-wise, is an empty calendar, okay? And here's a little top leader tip. Schedule it, okay? Schedule it. I'm going to give you 2 steps. Schedule it in your calendar and then promote it to others. But if you'll schedule it in your calendar, it'll be a part of what you're already going to do. Your calendar should be your friend. And if your calendar isn't full, like I schedule my reach out time, right? I'll call it gathering time, my recruiting time, invite, tool, team. I schedule that in my calendar. Every single day, 10 a.m., I get on with a group of CEO women and we do that, okay? But that's an event. It's not just doing the work. I show up for an event. So many people in our industry have an employee mindset. They go to work. You have to push yourself. And one way one little hack is to schedule your time. Okay, schedule your time which will then kind of predetermine where you're going to be. All right, let's wrap it up with this. And if it's okay, I'm going to take one question tonight. If we have time, more if our incredible hosts want to allow more. But if you have a question, will you drop it in the chat box? Something that may help you specifically, and Vandy, I'll leave that up to you to decide what that question is. So that I don't have to kind of filter through those. But if you have a question that you're dying to know, something that can help you in your business, your prayer just got answered. We're gonna attack it tonight. Promotions. Okay. The promotions that LifeVantage does, I love the promotions that the company does. And again, I've been around the industry for years because they're in line with what you need to do to build your business anyway. So I want to talk about Cabo. Okay. We're right smack dab in the middle of a promotion. And number one thing, mindset. What is your mindset when it comes to Cabo right now? And you're not talking to a guy who's perfect. I don't hit every incentive. I haven't ever, right? Hit every incentive. I don't have to be perfect. Seth, since when did I have to be perfect? Okay. So your mindset, though, needs to be dialed in that you're going to go for it. Okay. So when I say Cabo promotion, what's the first thing that you feel? Okay. Is it angst? Like some of you have angst. Oh, I want to go, but I don't think I can. Okay. Fair enough. That's a mindset issue, right? You are bumping up to a limitation that your mind that you have created based on your core beliefs about you. That is going to govern. That's going to govern your actions. So, number one, I'm just going to say you're going to need to approach your mindset and make sure that you're in a place where you can receive that. Right? Instead of having a limitation here, you're going to need to work on, and this is all, we're not talking about this tonight, but I'm giving you a little clue about what's next. You're going to have to expand that limitation, okay? Expand that corral, that boundary that you've set so that Cabo San Lucas and the promotion fits within the boundary that you can attain, as opposed to something out that you're going to have to, break free, and you don't know how to do that. So number one is just work on yourself so that you can have a mindset that I can do this. Number two, sell, rank advance, and maintain, right? That's what this promotion is about. New customers, new distributors. You've got 3 months. We have 3 months, April, May, and June. You start to experience Cabo San Lucas at 20 points. And the plan, the path of attainment comes down to, of course, recruiting and duplicating and hitting rank advancement. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Because most of you, some of you aren't, and you've got to create your own plan. Maybe you're looking for 5 or 6 or 7, and that's great. Some of you are elites, so you have your own plan. But I'm talking to the bulk of us. It's 3, 4, 5. You hit Pro 3 this month. You maintain it May and June, and you kind of go on a sponsoring storm in those 90 days. You can be in Cabo. Okay. You hit 4. You hit 3 this month, 4 next month, and maintain it. And you do some sponsoring. You're basically there, right? So create a plan. But I'm going to tell you this. Allow yourself to be worthy of that. Allow yourself to say, I am worthy of going for this. And some of you are going to hit that. But every one of you who goes for it, who shoots for it, doesn't matter if you hit it. You started building your business. You will be light years ahead of the person who says, I don't know, I'm just going to keep trudging along. In other words, shooting for the stars and hitting the moon is basically how I've gotten to where I am. I was on a call yesterday. Somebody's talking about their 90-day goals. I was doing a little mentoring on somebody else's team call. And you know what? They said, I've got a 90-day goal. And I said, you go for that 90-day goal. Can I just be honest with you though? I don't remember the last time I hit a 90-day goal. I don't remember the last time I hit one of my 90-day goals. But I can tell you what, my 90-day goal propelled me, right? What was more important is that I was consistently investing in my business on a daily basis, ITT, and connecting and doing my social media work, right? And doing my mentoring. I reach out to people every day in my business to launch new people or to help people relaunch their business, and to mentor influencers every single day. And I just did that. Maybe I didn't hit my 90-day goal, and that's a bummer. I don't like missing my goals. I don't like missing out on trips, but it happens. But the fact of the matter is, I'm better where I am today than where I was 90 days ago. Absolutely, 100% can tell you, because I'm consistent, because I'm going to invest in my business every single day. Vandy, what question are we going to answer today? We were going to go about a half an hour plus some, and I think we're there. Okay. So, Vandy, do you want to give me? Yes, you can have some noodles. Do you want to give me the question that we're going to answer?
Oh, we had some good ones come in there, but I am really liking, because one said, do you build wide or deep? And I think the answer is both. On that one, you have to work both, guys. But I like this one. What are your 3 favorite tools to use or videos, and how do you track your people?
Whew. Okay. All right. So everything Vandy said, I'm going to comment on. Wide or deep? Yes. Okay. You got to build wide to create wealth, but you have to build. So many people miss this. And I talk to so many people in network marketing, They're sponsoring, but they're not growing like they want to, because you got to duplicate. We only do 3 things in this industry. We gather people, we build teams. That's where the duplication comes in. And we lead leaders. You gather, you build, you lead. So you're gathering new people. You have to then go to work with those people. And the word is together. That's how you duplicate, together. Like, my sponsor didn't really sit down and duplicate with me. It was because of me. I went and did the work, right? Most people are going to get those 5 no's that I got, and they're going to quit. Okay. And I thank God. Thank you that I didn't. For some reason, I didn't. But having that mentor with me helped. If somebody would have been making my first invites with me and walking me through that, that'd change. That would change more people's lives. So once you build some width, you go to work with them in depth. Okay. And then when you can't do any more in depth today, go work on some more width, right? I would rather help somebody 3 levels below me, 4 levels below me, 5 levels below me today. And it's not an either or. It rarely is. But if it is, if I've only got 5 minutes today and everything else was gone, I'm going to work the depth, because the depth's going to help 5 people and the width's only going to help me today. Does that make sense? But rarely is it a question of, oh, should I work in depth or should I work in width? You have enough time to do both. Okay. And you have to do both. But there is a higher premium on duplicating than recruiting. Duplicating is more important than recruiting for recruiting's sake. But in order to duplicate, what do you have to do first? You have to recruit, right? So next, what are my 3 favorite tools? Okay, ITT, the system. Okay, so I'll tell you what I use, right? I follow the system most of the time, unless there's a darn good reason I'm not going to. And that's where it comes just down to a CEO gut check. You are the CEO in your business, okay? But I use the flip the switch video. I use the learn video, right? The tool video. I still love ABC Primetime, and I use it as a follow-up tool quite a bit. So I would say that those are probably the 3 tools that I use the most. Fair enough. Did I answer that? If I didn't answer that to your liking, whoever sent that, DM me and we can have a conversation about that. Lastly, how do I track my people? So there's a couple of things I do. Okay. Number one, I don't have it with me. It's in the other room, but I'll just hold up a piece of paper. I use the launch guide. Okay. I use the launch guide, and I write my 25, and I'm running through that 3 times this month. Okay. So I'm going to go through 3 launch guides because I'm in a mega recruiting gathering phase right now. But you do what you need to do. At least do one, right? At least do one. That's 25 people. Reach out to 25 people this month. And walk them through ITT. So I use that, and I have my September sheet, my October and November and December and January and February, and I still use those. Okay, so that's one of my methods. I also use the CEO app. Okay, we developed an app after after the LifeVantage app originally, like 4 years ago, didn't work. I worked with some people and developed an app, and it keeps track of all my people. And I send all my videos through there. But you got to have something to keep track of them. So I love paper, by the way. I love paper because there's just something about paper. So I print out my launch guide every single month. But I also like digital, right? I send stuff, via an app. And whether you're using the LifeVantage app or the CEO app, you want a CRM, okay? That's basically a tool that helps you manage your customers, right? Or manage your prospects. You want to have a digital CRM. I mean, welcome to, creating entrepreneurs online. That's what CEO stands for. Welcome to the 21st century. Welcome to social media. Welcome to online business. You got to be duplicating and maximizing your time with some sort of digital tool. And so the LifeVantage app today has come a long ways, and it's actually functional, and that's awesome. I highly support it. I think that's a great intro. But I use a different app, and it's called Rapid Funnel. If anybody has any questions, they can get a hold of Andy. She knows about it. I know about it, but it's been life-changing for me. I can tell you, answering specifically. Well, how do you keep track of your people? I can tell you specifically and my camera probably went off, but to the number for the last, 22 months, I could tell you every single person I have sent a video to. I could tell you every single person that clicked on a video. In fact, I will tell you that I have sent 360 different people, 360 people videos in the last 24 months. And 302 of them have clicked on the links. Now, I can't do that with paper. That's the limitation on paper. And that's the beauty of having, an app or a digital tool, is that can give you tracking ability and measuring ability. We call it metrics, right? Measurement that, a physical tool just can't. And frankly, most people, and this is a tragedy, this is a business, right? This is a business. How many businesses do you know that don't keep track of stuff, right? Why are most people not successful in any business, including network marketing? Because they don't treat it like they just laid down $100,000 to start an ice cream shop. Because if you laid down $100,000 to start an ice cream shop, you'd be counting every customer that came in. You'd be counting every dollar you spent on advertising. You'd be counting every sale for every customer, and you'd be collecting all their data. So you treat your network marketing business like this, and all of a sudden you just became top tier in this industry. I've reached out to 360 people in the last 24 months. 302 of them have clicked on the links, and I've sponsored more than 10% of those. That's why I use a digital tool. So Vandy and Kai and Dr. Jean and Debbie, thank you for allowing me to be here. Thanks for letting me be vulnerable. I would have been vulnerable if whether you let me or not. Thanks for sharing some time. Thanks for being in the greatest show. I'll end with this. You are all on the stage, okay? You're on the stage. I'm on the stage. I'm acting out it's not really acting, but for the metaphor, I am acting out my part. I'm fulfilling my dream role. And you are there too. There is plenty of room for actors and actresses, for stars and for superstars. It's not just a one headliner. You have an opportunity in this show, in this opportunity, in this business, to be a superstar and to duplicate that. to be to create a constellation of super mega success. Step into your greatness. Thank you so much.
Seth, thank you, thank you, thank you. You always bring it. I always learn something, and it is just phenomenal to be part of this amazing team and part of our, I mean, this company is the greatest show. And every time I listen to stuff like that, I just get more excited and realize that I need to run harder because we do have all of the tools we need. I hope you can see the comments. It's blowing up with all the love and thank yous. How much everyone loved this call and appreciate it. You guys, I learned some stuff. I took some notes. I know there's some things I'm going to be changing. So thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget Saturday. Again, LifeVantage has a great training on how to build your business on Saturday with Success Mastery. Make sure you have that on your calendar. And if anybody does want to, the link for Seth's meeting tomorrow night, feel free to message me or DM me. Oops, sorry, got a motorcycle outside. But you guys, thank you for joining us. We will be back here next Wednesday with another fantastic guest. And I am just so grateful to be part of this group of my friends that I have made from this company. So thank you everyone for joining us. And that's a wrap. If you have any questions, please reach out to your upline. But I challenge you guys, go out there and do your 25 ITT and text your upline that's on this call and tell them what you did and tell them that you're running. Okay. So go out there, you guys, and let's do this. Thank you, Seth, again, for sharing your wisdom, for squeezing us in when you're trying to, be the only parent around and stuff. And I am so grateful for this business, for the friendships we made, and for the chance to be a mom. That's one of the reasons I did it, because I get to be a mom when I need to be. So thank you guys, and go out there and chase your dreams.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night, all. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.